Hey, hi everybody. How y'all doing? It is 10 after 7 on a rainy Wednesday, and we've got some news we want to tell you and some other cool stuff too. Plus, we're going to give away $510. No lies. Stick around, check it out. We'll talk to you in a minute. Hey, welcome. If you are just joining us live or watching this pre-recorded, my name is Tom Lyon, and you are tuning in at a good time. We've got some news to share. We've got some tips to talk about, and we're going to give away $510. What? Really? Yes, $510. We're going to give away. Why are we doing that? Well, it actually has to do with the news that we have. So we'll talk about that. How are you? All right, let's get into the vibe here. All right, we've got some chill beats going on in the background. So this is not a formal, we're going to produce this video and do a lot of editing. We're doing some live stuff. This is being broadcast simultaneously on YouTube for Lyon Global, Lyon Global's Facebook, as well as my personal Facebook, just because that was one of the buttons I could press, so I did. So if you don't know what Lyon Global is our business, myself, my wife, and a handful of other friendly faces. We provide digital marketing services to businesses of any size, so websites, social media ads, video work, things like that. We're going to talk about a couple of things on this call. Talk about on this video, talk about why we're giving away money, how you can be a part of that, and we're going to talk about reviews. That's kind of the topic for today, is why are reviews important? If you're a small business owner, why does it matter what people say about you online? Surprisingly, it actually matters more now than ever. And then we're going to talk about some super cool news that has led to us making this decision to do this contest. So thanks for coming around. Thanks for sticking in and pulling us up, whether you're bored or just curious or checking this out. Welcome. And thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. So let's talk about reviews, right? I'm going to show you some stuff on the screen in a minute or two, so you can see what we're doing. Wow, that's a reflection, huh? Ooh. I can almost see into your souls with that thing. And we'll try it with the glasses off and see where we go. We'll see where we go with that. So we'll take it with the glasses off. So why are reviews important? Well, it used to be that a long time ago, I'm going to pull up some slides actually and show you some stuff. But a long time ago, before the existence of the internet or the interwebs, it used to be that people made buying decisions, a certain way, right? So it used to be that there was this initial stimulus from somewhere, right? Somebody decided, hey, I'm interested in this. They heard about it from somebody, or maybe they saw something on TV or radio, but something stimulated them and motivated them and said, hey, you know what? We really need this. So they decided to go and actually go to the business and do a transaction, right? A hand-to-hand transaction. They gave that business owner their money, and in exchange, that business owner gave them a product or a service. That could be a restaurant, you go out for dinner. That could be shoes. There's a local shoe store near where I live, actually, that is still operating, even though they're just known as like the local shoe store. It's been in existence forever. Anyway, going off on a tangent there, but in the traditional buying decision model, people would just go somewhere, give them money, and then decide for themselves once they receive the product or service, hey, I really, really like this, or you know what, this sucked. This really sucked. But then what happened? Nothing. That was the end of it, right? There was no, maybe they wouldn't go back to that same business again. Maybe they wouldn't go back there and say, hey, the last transaction was super shitty. Let's have another one. No, they won't do that. So what has changed, right? Let's talk about what has changed with that. Now, there's an extra step in there. See how I did that there? A little extra step there. Let's talk about that. Because what's happening now is when people are making a decision that they're interested in something, before they make that decision to buy, before they say, here's my money, give me the product, they're pulling out their phones and they're looking to see what the internet has to say about this product, this service, this company, this restaurant, this hotel, this bar, this attorney. They're looking to see what other people say. And they're doing that. We call this, actually Google calls this the zero moment of truth, because your first moment of truth is when you're doing that hand-to-hand exchange for the money. So this is kind of an additional step that's taken its place, or that has kind of not taken its place, but it's interrupted the flow, right? This step is the zero moment of truth, because people are whipping out their phones and they're looking up information about the company, the product, the service, the restaurant before they ever step foot and decide to make that purchase. So why is that important? It's important because the last stage, the second moment of truth, where people decide, hey, I really like this, or hey, this sucked, that now is contributing to that zero moment of truth. How is that happening? That's happening with reviews, right? Before, reviews, maybe you had word of mouth, right? You had friends, family that have gone to a certain place. They really love the food, for instance, so they tell you, hey, this place is great, or no, this place sucked. Well, now you're in a situation where other people are leaving their reviews, and you can find those reviews on Google. Good reviews, bad reviews, mediocre reviews. So one example that we do with this when we're talking to new clients or groups of people that we're talking to is we have them actually do an exercise. We have them find a diner in Minot, North Dakota. And I do this invariably for every group that I speak to. And what's the first thing everybody does? Right, they get out their phone and they say, you know what? Let's type in diner in Minot, North Dakota, and see what comes up. So they do that, and they come up with a handful of different options, and then we find the one that everybody typically agrees on, and then we talk about why is that the one, right? Why are we agreeing that is the one? And the reason for it is because the reviews are great. The reviews are fantastic. The quantity of the reviews, the quality of the reviews, and what's even better from a marketing standpoint is the business owner has responded to those reviews. So why then are reviews so important? Everybody, depending on where you are, if you're a business owner, you've got a few different states of mind about digital marketing as a whole anyway. Either you don't do it at all and you don't have no interest in it and it's just not something that works, or for you it is a nice to have, right? It's cool that we post on Facebook, or it's cool that we put out videos once in a while. Cool. And for people that are smart, not that those other people are not smart, but for the people that have found the secret, let's say, Digital marketing, including reviews, is a big deal and makes out 90% of their advertising budget, as it should, because digital marketing has the best return on investment. But this is not a sales pitch, just talking. And a big component of that is reviews. If you do not have quality reviews or a process in place to obtain those reviews and reply to those reviews, then you're doing yourself a great disservice. And the cool thing about it is, a question that we're asked frequently is, hey, how do we control what somebody says? If somebody had a really crappy time, how do I control what they're going to say? What if they say something really, really shitty? What do I do then? And if you're somebody who's been working with digital marketing or Facebook or social media for any length of time and you have a business, you know that you cannot delete or remove reviews. Can't happen. Once it's there, it's there. Can you bury the review? Yeah. Can you ask the person to take it down? Yeah. But 9 times out of 10, that review is exactly where it is, and it's going to stay there for quite some time. So let's talk a little bit about the whole process, and I'll kind of shorten up the beginning so we can get to the reviews and so you can see why that's so important, right? So again, are you standing out where people are making decisions? If you are a business owner or a business and people are looking for you online, what do they find when they pull you up? First of all, do they find you? And second of all, what do they find when they find you? What's there? How much of it have you actively tried to control yourself? You may not know that all of this stuff is 100% able to be controlled by you, the business owner. 100%. If you know how to do it, it's easy peasy. So what happens when people are searching for you? Not necessarily by name, right? Let's say you are, you're a pizza place and you're in small town USA. The people that live in and around small town USA know about you because they buy their pizza from you. You're one of the 3 places in town. Cool. They know you exist. But what about people that are traveling through or are not from there? They're going to pull out their phones. They're going to say, pizza near me. What happens when they do that? Do you come up? And again, when you do come up, what do people see? Are you the best pizza place in town or are you the crappiest? Now, you may not be a pizza place or a barber shop or a hair salon or a doctor's office or a chiropractor or an attorney or a diner or a dentist or a car repair shop or a big business. But whatever you do, it's important that your presence online speaks to the people you need it to speak to and that it drives them to you. So without even thinking about it, just think to yourself for a split second, what do people find when they look for me online? If you like what's there, cool, awesome. If you don't like what's there, let's talk about that. So let's talk about the customer journey. A typical customer follows this kind of funnel down through this path of conversion, we'll call it, right? How do we get them to make the purchase? So let's start. Usually on the left-hand side, they come through awareness, right? How did they find out about you? Usually that's advertising, right? What's interesting is we have clients that come to us and say, hey, we really want to do some social media advertising. Cool. That's great. What's your website look like? But we'll talk about that. So awareness, generating interest, people finding out about your business or your company, right? That's typically the first part of the journey. And then after they find out you exist, they want to find you specifically online, right? And whether that's by typing in the name of your business individually, or whether that's by looking by category. So some examples there, show me the best tacos in Boston. Now, Boston's a pretty big city. I bet you there's a lot of taco places. The next time you're bored, go to Google and type in best tacos in Boston, see what comes up, and pay attention to the listings. And think to yourself, what did these particular people do to get where they are? You're going to see reviews, You're going to see professionally put together profiles, and you're going to see heavy internet presence, right? They have a great website. Their social media is on point. It's not just by accident that Google has placed them where they have when you type in best tacos in Boston. That's not an accident. It's fully controllable. So this is a really important part of the process of the customer journey is, can you be found, right? And after you're found, what do people say about you? What does the reputation look like? How many stars do you have? How many problems are listed? And more importantly, when those problems are listed, how quickly are you responding to those problems, or good reviews or bad reviews? Are you responding to them as a business owner? The answer should be yes, for a variety of reasons. Number one, Google finds it favorable and will boost you close to the top of the list. But one of the main reasons is just common sense. If somebody communicates something to you and reviews your business, good, bad, or indifferent, take the 35 seconds it takes to respond to them. It will make them feel great. And when other people are coming to look at your particular business, they're going to see that you care enough to respond to the reviews, which is really cool. So after people find out about you, they find you online, they look at your reputation. Now they're going to go to your conversion point. For most people, this is your website, right? They're going to go to the website and they're going to make a sale. Now, I understand that websites are not perfect for every business situation. Pizza places, sure, you might have an option to order on your website. You certainly should. It's 2020. But in some cases, there'll be a phone number. And what we tell people when we're talking about looking at their conversion point is, what does it look like? If it's a website, which for most of our clients it is it spelled correctly? Does it look like it was put together by a fifth grader, or does it look like somebody put together a professional website, thought about who's going to be viewing it, what they needed to do, how to capture their attention? Is it branded, right? If you're a professional luxury organization, for example, are you using, Comic Sans font, or are you doing something that's professional and matching what you do? And then once somebody gets to that website and they decide to make the sale, what happens next? Then there's some advocacy that's involved. They're either going to love it, they're going to hate it, or they're going to be somewhere in between. But what's most important is that they're going to tell other people about it. They're going to tell others about it. And why are they going to do that? Because that's what people do. People are nosy Nellies. And a lot of people don't have anything better to do. If you want to see an exercise in something entertaining, take a few minutes someday and go to Yelp and just read some of these ridiculous lengthy reviews that people have posted about their restaurant dining experiences. Apologies to you if you're somebody who does this, but who has, and I think I'm quoting some comedian that maybe talked about this at once, but who has the time to go and write paragraphs on Yelp about some bad spaghetti? There are people that have the time, and those people will do it. So it's important to understand how this process works and understand how to clean it up if you need to. Right? So the advocacy that red goes right into the yellow. Right? What people are going to do after the sale, after the transaction, contributes to that whole yellow reputation situation. So it can be controlled. It's important to win in every stage, and this is what we typically do. We typically talk to people about focusing their efforts in these priorities. First, looking at their website and figuring out, if that needs to be touched up a little bit. Typically it does. A lot of people have websites, but they're not what we would call transactional. If you can't make a purchase or do something that is revenue generating on that website, the point of having it exist is there isn't one, right? If you have a website that is just something that gives your name and phone number and a couple of pictures, cool, mazel tov. But if it's not transactional, it needs to be worked on. But immediately after that, we talk about reviews, because reviews are one of the most important things that you can do. So let's talk about that a little bit. So with reviews, there's different things you can do both by hiring a company like us, or there's things that you can do by doing them yourself. Do you want to ask everybody for a review and then give them links to your review sites? Do you want to ask everybody for reviews and see what they have to say first before that gets published to a review site? Yes, you do. There are ways to do that. Some of the companies don't prefer that. They don't like that concept. However, it is a way of ensuring that only your best reviews get published. And that if you have experiences that are bad from your customers, that you have an opportunity to respond to them before they ever get to the public face. There's a way to do that. If you're interested in that, send a message and we'll be happy to talk to you about that. So we've talked a little bit about why reviews are important. Primarily they're important because they contribute to the next person's decision of whether or not to do business with you. The more positive reviews you can get, the better. So that's something to keep in mind. Positive reviews are easy to get if you know what you're doing. If you're not familiar or not too savvy on doing that yourself, you can check out our website at lionglobal.com. Just send us a brief little message. Happy to help you for free. Give you a couple of tips and tricks for free, no cost. What ends up happening a lot of times is people decide that it's really too much for them to do on their own, and they end up hiring us anyway. So, but we're happy to help you understand that process and teach you a little bit about how to do it. All right, so that is why reviews are important. So why are we here? While we're doing that, I'm going to pull up something else on my screen over here because it's really cool. I want to show you something that's pretty neat. So I see some of you are watching right now. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. If you're here, drop a little comment. Say hey, say hello. It doesn't matter whether you're family, friend, enemy. I have enemies. It's okay. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Let's bring you into the conversation and see what you can say. Say hi to us. But I want to show you some really cool stuff. I'm getting this set up on the screen. We're going to talk about our contest that we are running. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. It's actually pretty cool, and I'm happy to be able to share this with everybody. There's a reason we're doing it, and we're pretty stoked about it. So just enjoy the music for a second while I get that information pulled up. And we'll go from there. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and share this with you, and we'll go from there. What do we got here? What is that? That looks like the lobby of a building. And if you were to guess that, you would be correct. That's more of the lobby of the building. So what is this? For a long time, there's myself and my beautiful bride, Claire. For a while, we have been, probably for about 2 years, as I've been told, have been looking to get a physical office space that makes sense for us. We've been a remote company for a long, long time. What we do, it's easy to operate remotely. We have people here. We have people in the Philippines. We have people in California. We have people in Florida. We have people in India. We have all kinds of people that help us out and do what we do. But been doing well enough that the opportunity to get some office space has come up. And through a collaboration with a partner, we have established our very first physical office space in the city of Rochester. And we are super happy about it. This is a picture of the building, which is pretty super cool. So if you're familiar with the city of Rochester, you may or may not be able to recognize that this building here is the Bausch & Lomb building. this building over here it used to be called the Chase Tower. Now it is the Metropolitan Tower. And this building here is called Clinton Square. And our office is 1, 2, 3, ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this suite right here. It is suite number 510. 510. So why is that number important? Because we are going, in honor of our new office, we are going to give away $510 over the course of a little while. I don't know what it'll be, but over the course. The first opportunity to win is today. And we are going to be giving away $75 to a random person who likes, shares, and comments on this post, on this particular video, wherever it may be, whether it is in what you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook or my personal Facebook. Whoever likes and comments and shares this video is in the running to win $75. And we are going to pull the winner. I know I mentioned this to my social media manager earlier, but I forgot what the date was. We're going to do the winner on Wednesday, the 28th. And we'll do that around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we have some great news. We actually have, it looks like we've got our first entry here from Megan Schroeder. So Megan has liked, shared, and commented. So she is in the running to win $75 for this, the first of our contests. Thank you very much, Megan. Appreciate it very, very much. So let's talk a little bit about why we decided to do the new office. A variety of reasons. Number one, having office space in the city of Rochester gives us tremendous SEO advantages and gives us tremendous advantages when it comes to Google My Business. Where we're headquartered right now is based in Perry, New York, which is a smaller town in Wyoming County, which is a small rural county in Western New York. If you're not familiar, it's halfway between Buffalo and Rochester. But having that physical presence in the city of Rochester is going to bring us a significant boost in businesses. And why is that important? Because just as we talked about with reviews and when somebody is searching for your company, when somebody now types marketing or websites or social media near me and they are in Rochester, we will come up. A lot of big businesses in Rochester, so very, very happy to have that physical office space where it is staffed and people can come. So that's another positive thing as well. So very, very excited about that. For more information about the website, you can just go to or for more information about the office, you can just go to our website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can see it. You can see the address. You can check it out. Encourage anybody to do that that is interested. So that's it. That's it. How can you win $510? You can start out with winning $75 cash, by the way. I'm just going to send you probably a check or money order. By liking, sharing, and commenting, and we will pick somebody at random from those who have done all three of those things on Wednesday, October 28th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Winner need not be present. We're going to do the whole wheel spinny thingy digitally, which should be pretty cool. So hopefully we'll be able to have an opportunity to be a part of that. Well, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. This is just a kind of an unplanned live. Just very happy about some of the things going on. Again, if you haven't already checked out lionglobal.com, I encourage you to do so. You can learn more about our business, learn about what we do, what we don't do. And if you need help with anything, feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you, have a conversation first. If it's a good fit, then we'll talk about getting you in as a client. And just to be fully transparent, Claire is here, sitting behind me, and has been here. We've been working from home for most of the day, so it's been a really, really busy but great day. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And we hope that you have taken something away from this that is helpful. If you're a small business owner looking for some help, we would be happy to help you out. And just let us know. And let us know how we can do that for you, what we can do for you. Social media is our forte, as our websites. And we hope you have a pleasant rest of the evening on Wednesday, whatever you may be doing. And we'll talk again soon. Thanks so much for watching.